Happy Friday the 13th, boys and girls, ladies and germs of planet Earth, from Sparky Marky Mark here. I'm back to do another review for another Friday the 13th film, but this time, judging what you're seeing here, is number 10. That's right, Jason X. And the tagline for the film is, Evil Gets an Upgrade. That's right, here it is. And this got some love or hate response. And again, they wanted to do something different. That's what New Line gave the green light for. Give it something new. Oh, well, here it is. Here's a scene which I hardly doubt this wasn't even used in the film, where Jason is fighting a soldier, assuming that's Brodsky, the character in the film, of course. Yeah, I believe this was a behind the steel shot. I highly doubt this wasn't in the film. And here is where you see Uber Jason all armored up and ready to kill. And with that, let's show this. This is the DVD from the trilogy box that you just saw, the Slasher collection. Okay, a second. These are the flat versions, of course. Heck. And it's a 2-disc set. No, it's a 1-disc set. Sorry. So this is what you're seeing in the film in the year. It takes place in the future, believe it or not. And yeah, and there's a tagline. Here's the Blu-ray from the folks over at Screen Factory. As I already mentioned about Part 3 and Jason Goes to Hell, there's problems with the quality of the picture, especially Part 9 had on the unrated version, had the scenes that was supposed to have the gory scene, but it was zoomed in and out, so yeah. And this one had a little problem. In the sequence of the sleeping bag kill had the audio toned a little down or something like that. Yeah, that's a big issue. So my own opinion, order replacement discs is already in the process. So it says here 2002, but I'm gonna stick with 2001. But anyway, this is the one you just seen before from the folks over at Screen Factory. So I already got my replacement discs. And now, okay, you have some from the new interviews. Well, you have the old interviews in this set. With that, let me start from the the Blu-ray set as well. All right. Okay, let me just look at this very, very happily. Okay, you have a new interview with producers Sean S. Cunningham and Noel Cunningham, stuntman actor Kane Hodder and Christy Agnes, of course. And you have audio commentary with director Jim Isaac and Todd Farmer. That's nothing new. And with Noel Cunningham. The Many of Jason Voorhees, a documentary, a history of Jason. By Any Means Necessary, the Making of Jason X, theatrical trailers. And you have behind the scenes, archival interviews and such. So one of the special features that it's in the Blu-ray is Outer Space, the Making of Jason X, featuring interviews with Noel Cunningham, Sean S. Cunningham, stuntman actor Kane Hodder, and writer-actor Todd Farmer. And it's about a 33-minute feature, 39 and 9-second feature with these gentlemen, telling them about how the idea came for Jason X and how it took 2 years to make it because the previous dude who worked at New Line, or the producer, was kicked out or something, or he quit. And of course, they also talk about Scream, how it revitalized, goosed the genre up, and other horror films took the same ingredients of Scream and make it great. Of course, that's how they were taking the steps with it. Because after Jason Goes to Hell, it was like finished, no more. And at the same time, New Line Cinema was doing A New Nightmare, of course. Wes Craven's A New Nightmare. That's what it is. So, what else? They talked about all the other things they had to do, from digital effects, computer effects, writing, and having ideas, including models, something unique, not the same old things that we've seen before, of course. And they also talked about Hellraiser in space, Leprechaun in space, which none of those two movies have gotten well, but it has got a lot of response though. And some people like it, some people hate it, but in my opinion, it's a fun movie. And the next one in the new special feature is In Space, No One Can Hear You Scream interview with writer Todd Farmer. It's about 23 minutes and 10 seconds feature talking about how he got involved in writing and how he met his friend, this friend who was dating his best friend or something, or somebody's girlfriend at the time, and then how he got involved and wrote it, and then next thing you know, his script got thrown in the trash, saying it was very, very explicit or something, and the idealistically around it. And then when it came time to do Jason X, of course, he was playing video games, and he had to stop playing video games and write the script. And it became fun, and he put some ideas of video games in the movie, of course. And then talking about his death scene in the film, of course, is that, I mean, he talks about they could have had a doubling Todd Farmer, but he said, no, I want to do it. And he said, no, we need a double. And they did. And so, yeah, but since then, it has got a lot of followings over the years, including his talking about how people are today, young people of today, teenagers, including his daughter, of course. Where is she today? And, you know, the technology, even back then in the late 90s and 2000s, technology was progressing. AOL was taking over the airways at the time, and other things. And the next feature is Christy in Headbanger, an interview with actress Christy Agnes. Christy Agnes plays the chick in the science lab room where she's with the frozen Jason, and when Jason starts moving, she's the chick who gets liquid nitrogen in the face and smashed in the table. Yeah. And talked about how she grew up a little bit around horror and other things, and decided to do the role in Jason X, and about her death scene. And then after and the feature's about 11 minute and 12 second feature about the idea for that, about how she got involved in the first place with horror. And then suddenly when the film was done, and then her and her friend snuck into a theater, and also but she talks about Kane Hodder, how he treated her well on set, and when it came time for her death scene, he had to gently grab her and just throw her against the wall or something. And the next scene, you get to see that Jason throws her head, her whole face and head to the vat of liquid nitrogen, and then grab it and then smash. And the next, of course, is that after the film was done, she snuck in the theater with friends. When they saw the whole film, and after the film was done playing, her friends yelled that, and she's here! Christy Agnes is here! She was in that movie! Oh my God. And everybody clapped, of course. Everyone clapped with her. Or at her, of course. Support, and they said, we love you a lot, and such. And I know she gets a call from her agent or somebody saying to do conventions, and she had no idea about these conventions until people had come over and asked her for autographs, take pictures. And it was a very blissful surprise. She got to be a part of the Friday the 13th franchise, really. But it's Jason X, with the Roman numeral X is for 10. And then you have Jason Rebooted with Sean S. Cunningham on Jason Goes to Hell, talking about the idea to make new ideas for the film. Of course, for Jason Goes to Hell, he talks about that he was involved in producing and having ideas for, like, what's the word for it? They talk about that instead of Jason killing people, you have the beginning scene, which I'm pretty sure some of you are aware of, And then you also have another one which revolve that after Jason gets blown to bits. Even I forgot to mention on the previous video that to this day some fans are still angry with him that he blew Jason up. But anyway, it was pretty cool. And instead of Jason coming back, how about Jason taking over a person's body? Okay, transporting from soul to soul, of course. And the feature for this is 15 minutes and 32 seconds in length, of course. And of course, having the idea for... I'm not going to spoil too much of the ending of Jason Goes to Hell. But when it came for Jason X, they had to do ideas. And they talked about how about put Jason in space in the future. Put him in the future. And after that, they had ideas to do sequels, you know, where the Uber Jason fights the other Jason of the past. But they never got to that. And very, very sad until this day, Jim Isaacs is no longer around. Unfortunately. Of course, to not handle another one. Of course. But all in all, it has got a lot of love over the years. And he was prized about it, and as well as anyone else would love to be in the film business. And yeah, and he relied on Kane Hodder since he worked with Kane Hodder in a film that Sean Cunningham directed called House, starring William Katt. And he was the stuntman in the film. And plus he was the stunt coordinator as well. And also, what I forgot to mention with the interview with Todd Farmer, he talks about that they would have gotten another sequel, like Jason going back in time or something, but unfortunately that never got a sequel, unfortunately, and too bad Jim Isaacs wasn't around anymore and such. But all in all, the film has got some love, some hate, even in, of course, over the years, got some vibes. And now for the next one, I'll leave you a link in the description box for The Many of Jason Voorhees, a documentary on the history of Jason. Interviews with movie critic Joe Bob Briggs, producer, writer, director Sean S. Cunningham, stuntman actor Kane Hodder, fans and critics talking about the franchise, how it was grown up over the years, little congressional hearing on violence, even horror movies with children, some article in the early 90s about a kid murdering his younger sister. Yeah, that sort of thing. Even back then, I couldn't even see a horror movie, let alone rent a horror movie. Heck, I didn't even know what a horror movie was. Heck, my parents wouldn't let me see anything until I was like old enough to know what it is, or what is the genre, what is it about. So yeah, that's in the DVD edition for this movie, as well as in the Blu-ray, of course. The history of Jason Voorhees is, well, on YouTube it's cut down to 3 parts, but in the DVD and Blu-ray special feature is a 30-minute and 5-second feature with everyone, from fans and critics, interviews, and other things, including the gentleman from Fangoria, Tony Capola, and also writer-director Adam Marcus is interviewed, of course, and other things about the franchise. And another one, it's an old archival documentary, By Any Means Necessary, The Making of Jason X. It's about a 17-minute and 34 feature with the interviews with Jim Isaacs, Lex Dog, the actress who played the chick. Let's see. Interview with this chick. What's her name? It doesn't even say here. But you have interview with Kane Hodder is in it, of course, and Lex Dog, if I said her name right. Interviews with the actresses and actors, of course, talking about the film, including, of course, that they grew up on Friday the 13th and now they're actually involved in being a part of it. Of course. I don't even know if there is any on YouTube. I'll check it out and leave you in the description box down below to check it out. Next on the menu, if I'm not mistaken, there's Vintage Interviews, of course, which is about 51 minutes and 42 seconds with the actresses and actors and directors and the film director of the picture, of course, and such about other things. So wow, that is a pretty big set. I mean, pretty big feature, of course. Then you got posters, behind the scenes gallery, you got behind the scenes footage on the making of the film. You have electronic press kit. If I found one of those, it'll be in the link in the description box down below and such. I mean, I like Jason X, no lie, no kidding. And after this, everybody was excited that Kane Hodder was going to be in Freddy vs. Jason, but they got someone else to play that. So in another video, I'll do a review for Freddy vs. Jason, but not right now. I'm only concentrating on Jason Voorhees for now. So anyways, this is Sparky Marky Mark. I'm signing off, y'all. Take care. God bless you. And enjoy the weekend. Happy Friday the 13th, y'all.